What's up, everyone? Welcome into your Friday recap of the Traitors. Last night's episode 8, we saw on Peacock. Honestly, I thought it was better than episode 7, which Alan had billed as the end-all, be-all of Traitors episodes. It was like, okay, had some interesting stuff in it. I didn't think it was the best episode that he should have been promoting before the season, but whatever. Anyway, we're bringing in our guest for this week, Tess Higgins. You know her as Reality Scholar on Instagram, content creator. Tess, thanks for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
So, did you like last night's better than last week's?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that this delivered more than last week because they just overhyped it too much, I think.
I'm wondering now, I think I saw a couple clips of Jam Jam, and I saw him being presented with, or finding out that, hey, it was actually Rob and...
Oh, yes, Candace.
Well, no, Rob, Boston Rob, and
Bob
the drag queen telling him, hey, it wasn't.
Oh, yes, I saw that too.
Wasn't because of the kiss, It was the amulet. He's like, oh, I had no idea. Did you think it was fair that he was allowed to go out kicking and screaming and basically pin Lisa?
Yeah, I mean, because it's one of those things that I feel like production just must not have thought about, because every other murder, you don't know that you're murdered until you get your little envelope or whatever. It's not like you're taken away in the moment. And if that's their first time doing that sort of elimination, then there's no protocol over what you can and can't do. Yeah. So yeah, it felt like there just wasn't clear communication about the rules there, which I know that there's a very clear rule that when you go into your circle of truth or whatever, if you can't name any of the other traitors or give hints or stuff, because that would screw everybody over.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, it seems like him saying that on the way out led to a lot of people planting in their minds, oh yeah, maybe it is Lisa, and people questioning Lisa. And it's not like the vote was close on Lisa last week. It was pretty unanimous. I can't remember the exact number, but it was 10 to 2 to 1 or something like that on the votes. And, she was gone. So if we go to last night's episode, we start with how last week's ended, which was Rob and Candace going to the turret, knowing that Candace had done a throwaway vote on Rob, which, I mean, we know what happens last night, how it ended up playing out. And we see that pretty much sealed her fate. But I did think it was interesting. So they get presented the opportunity in the turret. Are we going to murder or are we going to recruit? I didn't think they were going to recruit, because anybody that Candace requested to Rob to recruit would be somebody that would benefit her. Yeah. And vice versa. Rob probably would have recruited Colton, and this is Candace would no way accept that. So it was almost I don't know. I didn't think there was any way they were going to recruit anybody last night, right?
No, me neither. I mean, it feels like it's also just too early. It feels like the point of recruiting a traitor is to you're the only person left. But if there's 2 people left, it probably doesn't serve you at that point yet to bring anybody else in.
Were you the content creator that put this out, or was it somebody else? I see all these clips online, I forget who says what, that this was the first time that we've ever had just 2 traitors being men.
Yes, that was me. Yeah.
Okay.
Which some people were saying oh, Eric hasn't accepted it yet. And I'm like, well, what's he going to do? Not accept it? If he doesn't, he goes home.
He goes home.
I don't think anyone wants to just go home on principle. That would be crazy. So.
Well, the fact that he's already seen him, he can still say no, or the fact
No, exactly. Because I think if you remember because didn't Pilot Pete get recruited in season 2? He got a little letter and he was like, I'm good.
But it wasn't an ultimatum.
He never learned, he didn't do face-to-face, and he was able to rejoin. So they wouldn't let him see his face if he was going to say no.
And it was clearly, for Pete, wasn't an ultimatum, because then he would have been gone at that second.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm thinking now, well, I mean, we'll get to the end with Eric, but we know that he's already seen Rob, so I can't imagine he's going to be like, oh, I don't want to work with you. I'll just leave.
Right.
There's 10 people left. You got a 1 in 10 chance of possibly winning some money here. Why would you leave?
The odds I think get better too.
Yeah. So, all right. So they decide to murder somebody, and their nominees, or the people that they're thinking of, are Natalie, Steven, and Colton. And I mean, Natalie would have made sense to me. Steven would have been almost a kind of like what they said, I think, when they were discussing it. I mean, he hasn't done anything for anybody to think that, oh wow, we need to get him out of this game. He's just he just seems to be there this season.
Yeah.
And then obviously Colton has been a lightning rod, not only on the show but off the show. And they just said like, all right, let's cut him loose. And I think clearly that helps. I mean, do you think that was the smart one to cut for them?
I mean, I think for Rob, definitely. But I mean, it does seem like if they wanted to just like not rock the boat, Steven, I think, and that's what my prediction was last week. I was like, I can't imagine them wanting to get rid of someone as like loud as Colton is yet, because people would still vote for him probably.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking, okay, it was almost like mind tricking Candace into being like, hey, I'll let you do it. Like Rob was like,
a little reverse psychology.
Yeah, I'll let you do it. But I think it definitely benefited Rob, because he can now go out and say, hey, Colton was pitching Candace.
Yes. Yeah.
And that helped his case so they murder Colton. We see that at breakfast. Before we get to Rob going after Candace and Candace going after Rob, I just think it's funny. Johnny and Tara, God bless them, but they have no clue what's going on in this game. They're still fingering Steven and Natalie as the traitors, and they're almost like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I think Tara's funny about it because she's openly admitting and is very self-deprecating in that I'm terrible at this game.
But I saw too in one of Lisa's exit interviews, she was like, I told Natalie, like, you guys as faithfuls are really bad. And Natalie was like, I know. Like, I think they're all very aware that it's not going well for them.
Because I mean, maybe like in passing, but has Rob's name ever been brought up by anybody? Like, it might have been brought up quickly once in the episodes, but nobody is suspecting this guy. Like,
I mean, I think it's the only thing that could do him in is like the fact that it's two women that have gone and now they're going to be looking at guys. And I can't remember who said it before. Maybe it was like Johnny who was like, oh, one of the hunks. It's got to be one of the hunks who's up in there.
Okay.
So like a Steven, a Colton, or a Rob is like got to be one of those last remaining people.
I was going to say, I believe there is 10 people left now. Is it 5 and 5 in terms of men and women? We've got Rob, Johnny,
Eric, Steven, Eric.
Or is it 6-4 women? Is there a fifth
Mark
Ballas?
Mark.
Ballas. Yeah. So it's 5 and 5. It's 5 and 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, okay, well, Johnny and Tara seem to be clueless. But it also shows how great of a game Rob is playing. Like, he is clearly by far, with 10 people left, playing the best game of anybody. It's not even close.
Yes. Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's going to win, because he still has to fool a lot of people. Because like you said, I think now at the round table, you have to sit there and just be like, we got to focus on the men. There's no way that it's only all women that started this.
Right. Especially because Donna was the first traitor, and besides, Rob is the only person who's aware that she was a secret traitor. Like, nobody else knows that the secret traitor was a thing.
I don't even remember that. Rob knows? Right. Rob knew about Donna? What happened?
Well, I mean, like, because she got eliminated, so they know that, like, Rob would have to know that, like, she's a secret traitor, but nobody else knew that she was secret. They would have just assumed she was part of the original 3. So...
Yeah. That's right. He knows she was the secret. Okay, got it. Okay, so right after that, the breakfast happens, and then everyone starts game playing. And Rob sits down with the dagger 6, and then Eric comes in to join. And basically, he's pitching Candace for what I said. He throws, hey, before Colton left, he threw Candace's name out, and look who got murdered. So it got everybody onto the Candace train, and then Candace, sitting with other people, throws out Rob. And we're just like, okay, this is setting up for a one-on-one, which we assumed was going to happen, because when traitors start turning on each other, it's basically going to come down to that. And honestly, Rob had the better case. Like, it really made a lot more sense, and I think that's why he let Candace murder Colton, because he knew it would increase his resume.
The only thing that was weird to me, though, is that, like, when Colton floated Candace's name, she wasn't in that room, you know? So it's like someone had to have told her that he said her name, for that theory to hold any water. So, like, if I was there, my mind would go to, okay, well, who was there when Colton brought up Candace for the first time? You know?
Do you remember who was there? I don't.
It was like Rob, and I think maybe Maura was in there too. But it was like, again, the very end of last episode, there were only a couple people in the room. And so I wouldn't think like it's immediately Candace. I would think like, who heard it? Because, you know, it would have to get to her some way for that to actually make any sense. So,
did you know Maura before this season? Had you seen her work on any other shows?
Yeah, I mean, because I haven't seen her actual Love Island season that she was like a player on, but she was the host of like the Love Island after show for the US season last year.
For the US season, she was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's my first time seeing her in anything. I didn't even know who she was before the show started. I got to say, she needs to be a host or a podcast. She needs to get a podcast. And somewhere in the title of the show she hosts or her podcast needs to be the word think, just so I can hear her say tink.
I think, yeah.
It is I've fallen in love with Irish accents just based on how she talks. Isn't it great?
Even the throwaway vote. Like,
throwaway, tink. Like,
it's amazing. I love it.
Does she have a podcast? Maybe she does. I don't even know.
I don't think so, but yeah, they need to put her back in the hosting chair. The reason she didn't do it this season was because it films at the same time as Traitors.
Okay.
So
right.
yeah.
So who was the Love Island after show host this season?
It was someone from like the Australian franchise of Love Island, Sophie Monk. She did it for a while.
Why do they bring someone from the international franchise to host the U.S. version? Wouldn't they bring back a former Love Island U.S. contestant?
They have like there's usually like two little like Love Island US correspondents who like come in for the after show and they like talk about stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they hope it'll bring in people from other franchises to watch if they know somebody from another one. But yeah, I didn't know who she was.
Yeah. All right. So the worst part of this show, every season, every episode, is the mission. Just pointless.
Yeah.
Other than, did somebody get a shield or a dagger or something like that? The mission itself, because we don't care about the money. It's irrelevant. If they got $0 on every mission, you know, the last mission would be worth $250,000 and they would just somehow
make it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And not to mention that every single mission ends with like 3 seconds left on the clock. And we all know that's a lie. It doesn't work that way. There's no way every single mission could come down to the last few seconds.
Yeah.
But they sell it like it is. This one was almost similar to last season's singing one.
Yes, that's what I said. Yeah, where they were in the phone or whatever. Yeah.
And they had to basically translate something that Tom Sandoval was awfully singing and then compare it to a music box or whatever. This one they had to do, they had to recreate paintings. And I'm like, this is so silly and so pointless and takes up 20 minutes of the episode. I'd much rather see more interaction, people walking by while other people in a room. I'd rather see way more gameplay than this silliness of missions, but this is what they got. They got 4 out of 6. They added $12,000 to the pot. If anybody's keeping track, there's $150,800 in the pot right now. But again, it was like, get me to the round table. And at the round table, it was a showdown. It was Bob versus Candace. And the way it was edited was very pro Candace. And it's probably because they knew the vote was so lopsided.
Yes.
They wanted you to think, hey, Candace might not go home here.
I know. Well, that's literally what I was, even like, I was telling my boyfriend we were watching it last night, like the music that they were playing right before they cut to like the ad break before it was like time to vote was like so like fast paced and like getting louder, and like I was like I feel tense watching this. Like they want us to feel like on edge in this moment, and it worked because I felt that way. And then when I saw the vote, I felt a little stupid. I was like, what was that all for? Like it was just theater, you know?
Yeah. Just a quick question: do you have Peacock without ads or with ads?
I have them with ads, but last night I was like, I need to upgrade. I need to get it without it.
Oh, you did? Did you? So you upgraded after the episode?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I was like, I can't take this anymore. I need to know.
Because any of the streaming services I've done the no ads. So every time I've watched Traitors, it's like right with that, especially on the murders in the morning, that last knock at the door, and everyone freaks out. It literally, the screen goes black for 2 seconds, and then it just picks up where it left off. I'm like, I don't really have to wait very long. And I'm just like, why is this why do they build the suspense when people have to wait 2 seconds? I was like, oh, it's because some people watch with ads. Oh, okay. Those plebeians that watch with ads. Why are you doing this in 2026? I'm glad you got with the program, Tess. It was just like, no,
it's my job
ads.
now. You know, I need to just get right to it. So.
And honestly, just like probably most people, I'm subscribed to all these, and I get emails saying, hey, your Netflix subscription is going up. I don't even know. I just know I'm no ads on all of them. I don't even know what I'm paying. It's probably, I would think, with Paramount Plus, Peacock, Amazon, Netflix, I got to be paying over $100 a month to all these. I don't even know. Do you know? Do you know what it even costs? Peacock with no ads? I don't even know what it is.
I think it's $20 a month, or maybe or $16.99, something like that. Because the no ads version is $11, like $10.99 or whatever. So
okay. And what is? I mean, I have Netflix. Netflix is the highest one, right? $25.
So yeah.
Do you have Netflix with ads, or do you have Netflix no ads?
No ads. So yeah, thank God.
Okay. All right. So it was just, like you said, it was theater, because there was the vote ended up being 9-1. I mean, the only vote that Rob got was from Candace, yet during that roundtable talk, it was all Candace talking for the most part.
Well, I was thinking too, because they were on Steven for a bit at the start of the roundtable, and like even Dorinda brought up the thing that was like, oh, but like Lisa put her gold in your basket or whatever. And so I was like, I was like, Candace is going home, but maybe Steven will catch a couple votes, and then people will be thinking about him for next week or something. And then that didn't even happen. So
so now you're just sitting there going, okay, Rob is clearly dominating this game. Nobody seems to suspect him at all, but now we're at a point where it's like, okay, wait a second. Now we know 2 traitors have been banished. Well, 3, all of them women, because they banished Donna. Had to admit that she was a traitor. So that's 3, all women. If anybody left is thinking that they went all women, probably not smart. But then you got Johnny and Tara playing this game that don't seem to have a clue about it. I mean, one of them thinks it's Natalie still. So which one thinks it's Natalie, Johnny or Tara? I forget. Johnny thinks
I think it's
Johnny.
Johnny, because Tara was like, oh, I guessed you last week, and I'm sorry I didn't. That was stupid of me to guess you.
Yeah. So we get to, I mean, she eliminates, says, I'm a traitor. Everybody cheers. 10 people left, 1 traitor. It's Rob. And he goes to the turret, and he's thinking, oh, I'm just going to murder somebody. I just do anything when I want at this point. Don't have to consult with anybody. And Alan comes in and says, you need to recruit someone or they die. They have to say yes or they die. Which, again, we talked about it briefly in the beginning. I don't understand an ultimatum on something like this. Every time they have had an ultimatum, the person has accepted, because who wants to eliminate themselves out of the game when you've gotten this far? Pilot Pete was the one that you brought up that turned down, because I thought, when I was trying to think back to the first 3 seasons, I thought everybody that had been given a chance to be a traitor accepted. Somebody told me this morning, no, Pete turned it down. And I'm like, but it wasn't an ultimatum, right? And they're like, no.
Yeah, like, that's the difference,
So why even pose this ultimatum? I don't get it.
I mean, I think it's because, like, I think at the point in the game that they recruited Peter, it was still Parvati and Phaedra left. So there were 2 traitors, right?
Yeah.
Whereas now there's only 1. and they don't like it when it's just one person up there because then it makes the turret scenes boring. So with 4 episodes left, I feel like they're like, okay, we have to get somebody up here. It can't just be you. So now it's an ultimatum. Whereas I imagine if they did it when it was like 2 of them still up there, maybe it would be like a choice. So,
and how about, I mean, we kind of know that Eric doesn't say no because he's already seen Rob. I don't think even if he wanted to, he'd just be like, yeah, I want out of this game, because then, like you said, there's only one traitor left and they don't want one traitor.
Yeah.
So the ultimatum part, I just think it should be done every season where you can recruit. Absolutely. We want recruitment of traitors. I just don't think there should be an ultimatum behind it. Just like, I mean, like you said, I guess for this, when there's one left, yes. But in the past, when Peter turned it down, like you said, there were 2 traitors at the time, right? Oh, you just cut out video-wise. I'll just talk to myself. Hey, everybody. We'll get Tess to sign back in. I'll let you know, and I'll take her off screen and then let her know when she signs back in. I'll bring her up. So a couple things that we're going through on the comments here. Rob has Mora in his pocket. Oh, there she is. Let's bring her back on. There you are. You just cut out. Did you see?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Oh my gosh, I can't hear you. What the heck?
Oh, you can't hear me? Your mic is on.
Oh my gosh.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Oh gosh.
Someone called me, and so it like I can't, and it turned my thing off, but I can't hear you right now. Shoot.
Let's see.
Can I try rejoining?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's all right. I'll remove her from the stage and then bring her back on. So looking at some of the comments, I have ads on all my streaming services. I refuse to pay the extra. How about now? Let's see. How about now?
Yes, I got a
Okay.
scam call, and it like just fucked up my whole thing. So sorry.
All right. We're going to bring up the couple of the comments that people brought in. Apparently, how about this? She does have a podcast called We Need to Talk.
Oh, amazing. We need to talk.
Yeah, I need to subscribe to that podcast like today just to listen to her talk. I don't care if she read the phone book on her podcast. I would listen to it. This one says, Alan said there were 10 seconds left. So in this instance, the ending timer was right. Do we know that for sure? I mean, I know that he said that.
I think they just have him say whatever. Like, I don't think it's all fake.
Next year, Peacock will start charging $400 annually. Will they?
Well,
what is so? No, they're not going to charge $400 annually, because right now, even if monthly was $20 a month with no ads, that's only $240 a year. I don't think it'll go up to $400. This one said, I have ads on all my streaming services. I refuse to pay extra. It's ridiculous. Yes, it is ridiculous. But I'm telling you, so you're this person, Ashley from Illinois, you're going ads on every streaming service. That's fine. I'm just telling you, once you get rid of ads, you're going to be like, I can't believe I sat there and did watch ads. Trust me, whatever the difference is monthly, $3 or $4, it is so worth it. It kind of reminds me of when I was living in Southern California. To me, back in the day, and I'm talking about my mid-20s, when my buddies and I would go to Vegas and we would drive to Vegas, and it was like, some people love to drive, but if there is an accident, you're screwed, because it's
God, that drive is terrible. Yeah.
Most of the drive is a 2-lane road, and then you're just like, you're just sitting there. But then for the first time, once I flew to Vegas for the first time and I got there in 45 minutes, I'm like, I'm never driving to Vegas again.
Absolutely.
Ever.
Yeah.
There's no point. I'll pay the extra. And I understand time-wise, considering you got to get to the airport, if you're someone that gets to the airport 90 minutes earlier, and then by the time you get your luggage and all that, it might even equal the 3.5 hours it does take to drive out there from Southern California. I don't care. I'll pay the money. It's worth it to get there like that.
Yeah. on the
sit in a
off
car.
chance, that
Yeah.
you'll be there for 6 hours or more.
So Ashley from Illinois, pay the difference. I'm telling you, you will love it that you don't have to sit there with ads on it. Let's see. What else? In this episode, where's that? In this episode, they showed Faithfuls talking about how there must be a male traitor. Gosh, was I not paying attention? Did they talk about that this episode?
I think they mentioned it like very briefly. Like I don't think
Okay.
they stuck on it for that long, because if they did, they would have brought that up at the round table more. But I guess that also makes sense maybe why Rob picked his 3 choices to recruit, like that he all talked about were dudes, and why he ended up picking Eric, because that
Eric,
also protects him a little more,
Eric, Steven, and Johnny were the 3.
Yeah.
I think Tess has McDonald's Wi-Fi. Nah, it's all right. The first challenge of this season, the ending timer was right too, because Michael was like a few seconds late to put the coffin in the grave. Again, it could be editing. They could just be putting the timer on after they've already clearly they recorded this. I think that's what they do. I just don't think.
Yeah.
And I think past contestants have said on podcasts.
They have said it's not real. Yeah. Okay. But I think it was funny when they included that. I was like, because I think they all know that it's not real. And so Michael's like, according to who? Because he knows it doesn't matter. And it's theater. It's theater.
Yeah, exactly. Now, with Eric assuming going to be the next traitor with Rob, it seems like with no one suspecting Rob and Rob seemingly in complete control of this game, at this point, isn't he just going to go after Eric? Maybe not right away, but at some point, right now, if you're Eric and now you become a traitor, you know you're going to have to turn on Rob. I mean, theoretically, 2 traitors can win this game. It's never happened in the 3 seasons. We had one time a traitor won, and that was season 1 with Suri, and then seasons 2 and 3, Faithfuls won. Yeah. 2 and season.
And even two at the end doesn't even confirm anything, because Suri turned on her traitor Ari, because he was at the end as well.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, if you're Eric now, unless his pitch is me and you to the end, I mean, I guess he could take that stance, but he's got to know that Rob is pretty cutthroat. I don't think Rob wants to share the pot with anybody, whatever that pot may be at the end. So if you're Eric now, you somehow have got to, okay, I'm a traitor. Maybe for the next round table, stick with Rob. But at some point, I got to go after him, right? Yeah. That's got to be his strategy.
Yes. Yeah.
And Rob's strategy, and he's got to know that Rob's strategy is, I'll stick with Eric for a few round table. I don't even know how many round tables we have left, right? Because there's 10 people left in the game. There's a murder and a round table every episode.
Yeah.
And maybe there's 2 left.
I think because the finale is on the 26th. So we have next week, the week after, and then the finale. So 3 episodes total. So yeah, 3 more round tables, I guess.
And didn't they institute last season, the very last round table, whoever gets voted out doesn't declare if they are a traitor or a faithful?
That's right. Yeah, they did that. I don't know if they're doing that again this season, but yeah, that would be interesting.
I would think that they would keep that, because that's a good twist.
Yeah.
So Rob has as well as he's playing, he's got a major mountain to climb the rest of the season to somehow convince 8 other people that it's not him and he doesn't get voted out. Like it seems like it's tough for a traitor to win this game. I haven't watched the international seasons. Have you?
I have not yet.
Okay. So I've never seen any international season. I'm only familiar with the show for the 3 seasons we've gotten in the US.
Yeah.
And the first season, obviously, a traitor won it when Suri basically played a great game and backstabbed people that they thought thought that she was a faithful with them. That's the only way. That's the way you got to do it. Is you got to somehow convince faithfuls. Yeah, we're all in this. We got to limit. We got out all the traitors. Look at us. And then you go, boom, I'm the traitor, and I kill both of you at the end. If there's anybody that seems that can pull it off again, it seems like Rob. But
yeah,
with Eric, I don't know if
It's gonna be
like
hard.
Rob seems more cutthroat than Eric. Eric was literally like, "Oh my god, I don't want to be so
Yeah.
mean to these people." Eric almost seems too nice to play this game.
I know
right?
it feels like Steven probably would have been like thinking of just like how Suri recruited Ari. I'm like Steven seems like the most Ari-esque pick that could like ride along and just like not make a scene. But
When he threw out the names of Eric, Steven, and Johnny, did you think he was going to go with Eric? When you saw that was the
No.
one that he picked, were you surprised?
no, I thought it was gonna be Johnny.
So did I. But
Yeah.
maybe that was just the editing leading me to
Yeah,
believe.
of
it was
course,
gonna
yeah.
be- It's always the editing
That's always
that
anything.
that tricks us into believing. Somebody said 2 Traitors have won one of the international shows. I will not say what one because of spoilers. I mean, I'm not going to watch the international seasons. If you are, don't worry. Do
I
you think you
might
will?
watch the most recent UK version when they put it on Peacock at the end of the month because apparently they did the Secret Traitor as well, but it worked way better on their version is what I've heard, and so I am a little curious as to like how that mechanic works better than it did with Donna Kelsey. So
Do you think do you believe in any of the conspiracy theories in regards to Donna that she was basically just brought on the show because of her name value and there was just something written into her contract like don't worry, you don't have to stay
I
around.
don't think so. Yeah, because it's like because the Secret Traitor allegedly worked so great in the other one. As a showrunner, I assume you hope like, oh great, like this is how, like I don't think you would put someone who only wanted to be in the show for 3 episodes into that position if you want that part of the game to work well and have people like it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I also think people overestimate the Swiftie of it all. Like I love Taylor Swift's music. Like I'm a Swiftie. I don't really give a crap about Donna Kelsey. Like I think if someone took her out, I'm not like, oh my God, how dare you? Like, I don't know. I think people are overestimating that. So.
And remember what the sentiment was when they all arrived and met each other.
Yeah.
It was like, who's going to vote out her? The Swifties are going to be after us if we vote her out.
It's like, are they? I don't think so.
Yeah. And then they all basically teamed up on her and voted her out at the round table. So I guess it really doesn't matter. But so there is somebody that says we got 3 more round tables to go, which makes sense. So yesterday was the 5th, right? So the 12th, the 19th, 26th,
Yeah.
3 round tables, assuming 2 more murders, maybe 3. And then we're going to get 4 to 5 people that go into that final.
Yes.
I want to call
Circle
it
of Truth.
Is that what it's called? The Circle of Truth? I don't even remember what it's called.
I think so. Or the flame circle, something like that.
Where you throw the green or you throw the red.
Yeah. Vanish again. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're down to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say that Rob can pull this off.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that can, it seems to be him, but it seems like that's an awful lot of people you seem to need to convince, but yet nobody seems to suspect him right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think of who the other names that other people have thrown out. We know that Johnny and Tara are completely off the scent of Rob. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Like, it almost seems like Eric is the only person that could lead a charge to be like, hey, don't you think Rob is a little suspect because nobody is suspecting him? Like, that might be his case. Like, you guys, nobody has suspected Rob all season. What if it's him?
Yeah.
But then you kind of got to present a case. I don't know what Eric's case would be to go after Rob because he can't say like, hey, we're both traitors. And
Yeah.
can't admit that. I don't know.
Yeah.
As for the overall game, wide lens perspective of this, we've talked about there's flaws inherently in this game in terms of there's no reason to vote out a traitor early on in the season because they were just going to replace them with somebody else. They get so excited when they go after traitors. And should there be a penalty for voting at the round table early in the season and voting wrong? Because it seems like, talked about this a couple times. Rob has a podcast. Rob Cesternino hadn't been on TV in 22 years. He built a podcast empire. He gets on the show. Everybody's excited. And he basically got eliminated because of his background, which is he's a good strategist. He's a good game player. Let's just get him out. Like, there seems something inherently wrong with just going after people because they're good game players. I understand people have to get murdered. I understand people have to get voted out. I just don't know how they fix this. Do you have any solutions to this?
I mean, I think if I could wave a magic wand, I would like change the way that like the missions impact the game, because again, like it's kind of silly. And I also like I saw in chat BCC last night a lot of like older contestants. They were all saying like we don't actually care about the money. Like no one gives a crap about the prize pot while you're playing. Like, and it's more like Bergie was like, I cared more about getting a shield than about outing money. And so it's like, okay, make the challenges literally just about shields and make it not like we're all working on this task together, but like an individual thing, like Survivor. Like if you win this challenge, you get immunity from banishment or murder or whatever, or you gain some kind of advantage, or you get a clue to who one of the traitors are. Like it should be something that has like an individual value, I think, because that also helps people start looking in different directions.
And didn't I see an Instagram clip, and Chad from Game of Roses brought this up last week, that the gamers are the ones that are interested in the money on this show. It's the Real Housewives who make they make $50,000 per Instagram post. Winning $50,000 or $100 on the show does nothing for their brand.
No,
it is the gamers that are and Carolyn went on that chat BCC and said that, right?
Yeah, especially too because like, you know, at the end of the day, like it's only most worthwhile like if you're like Suri and you're getting that all for yourself. But if you have to split it 4 ways like you did last season and it's not even the full amount, it's like the appearance fee you got to be on the show might be more than you walk away with if you win. So
can you explain to me how that chat BCC works? I don't get it. So can you just watch what the contestants are saying, or can fans chime in? Because I got to believe fans would be texting all the time, and I'm sure the contestants would be like, I don't want to listen to what fans have to say, but they can listen to us.
Yeah.
Talk? Is that what
so
it
it's basically like you have to be like a verified like host of the chat. So the chat right now, the one for Traitors, is made up of like a couple former players, and like Jam is on it from this season. I believe there's maybe one other person from this team, but it's like Danielle, Carol, like all the Big Brother people, Rob Cesternino, like they're all in it. And it's just them posting like all the verified people. But then if you're a user just coming on to see the messages, you can comment on their messages, and that can like be its own little thing. So it just feels like it's like Twitter for exclusively like just the people whose thoughts you're most interested in. And so it's pretty interesting. Like I feel like every time I've looked in there, I've gained like some sort of like new insight about, you know, the show or
but you can write, if Rob Cesternino says something about last night's episode, you can chime in and write that and everybody in there sees it?
No, so you would comment on his like post, but that would go to another page. So it wouldn't be like the feed is literally just them. Okay. And then you can see if you want to see what people commented, you can click on it and it'll take you a different thing. So yeah, it's user friendly for sure. But
and then the final thing to talk about, The Sun, which we have to take with a grain of salt, reported yesterday that an all-star season is happening. They threw out a bunch of names that the show is looking at.
Mm-hmm.
We know they're going to film a civilian season this summer that's going to air on NBC probably beginning of next year, and then their regular Peacock season, which will be cast like this, reality stars and stuff like that. It seemed like The Sun jumped the gun on how early this is. I would think you'd want 5 seasons under your belt of celebrities before you do an all-star season, and this is only season 4. So I don't really know what to make of it. I do think we are going to get a celebrity season or an all-stars, an all-star season. Returnees from seasons 1 through 5. That makes sense. Are you looking forward to the civilian season? Do you like that?
I am.
Idea?
Yeah, just because I was thinking about this like with there being like 2 housewives in the turret, and this idea of like, oh, if you're a housewife, you have to like, if you're not performing to your housewife extent, that's suspicious or whatever. It's like all these people from shows like come in with like an expectation that like people are like, I expect you to behave this way because that's what you're like on TV. And if you don't behave that way, then I'm going to think something's up. Whereas if you bring all these people in with like no clue about who they are, then that's going to change a lot of like what makes someone suspicious and like what the voting patterns could be. So I'm excited to see that because I feel like it'll be very, very different in terms of how we see people align with each other. It won't just be like housewives don't vote for housewives or whatever. So
yeah, and then when Alan chooses the traitors in the beginning,
yeah,
there won't be this voting out of, well, we got to vote out him because he's a gamer.
yeah, exactly.
Like, they won't know each other. These people have never been on TV
you don't know
before.
if they're good at games yet. Yeah.
You have no idea. You're basically doing it now. The early votes on a civilian season, I would think, are just going to be based off vibe and how you come across to people. It almost can be like a self-help for some people of how do you come across to others in a group setting, because in the early going, they don't know enough about you to say, we got to target this person, him or her, because it's just going to be like, what's the vibe they're giving off? They seem a little shady. They seem like they're a game player when honestly, there's really nothing to go off of that early in the game, you know? So yeah, the civilian season will be interesting. And I think this summer they'll do the civilian and then one more season like the first 4.
Yeah.
Well, not like the first one because there was 10 reality stars and 10 civilians, but seasons 2, 3, and 4. I think season 5 will be this, and then that season 6 will probably be an all-star season. Anyway, Tess, glad you were able to get through the audio issues there. You can check her out at Reality Scholar on TikTok and Instagram, where you're giving your thoughts on all things reality TV, including the Traitors. What other shows are you doing right now where you're constantly giving updates?
Well, Survivor 50, can't wait. That's going to be big soon. And then we're going to have Love is Blind next week. I love talking about Love is Blind, so can't wait for that. I did not read your spoilers, so I'm staying out of it for now.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I've never had a Love is Blind spoiler.
I know. Yeah, I was telling my boyfriend this morning because I was telling him like, oh, I'm gonna go live with the reality team today, and I was like, and he posted Love is Blind spoilers for the first time. He was like, what does that mean? I was like, no, this is significant. Like,
he doesn't know. He doesn't.
Well, I think he just didn't know that like you did spoilers. Like he thought that you were just like a regular reality TV vlogger. I was like, oh, you don't understand. There's like storied history here. So.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I won't say anything, but it just kind of, like I said, for 9 seasons I had nothing. Yeah, and then it just kind of landed in my lap, and I'm like, oh, might as well post them. And I made sure like my first photo, has Love is Blind spoilers, and if you want to click through the carousel, then you'll see. And really, what's different is in terms of like Bachelor, when I do eventually post who Taylor Frankie Paul is with, once I get it confirmed, that one you're not going to find out, or if I'm right, until May when the finale airs. What I posted on Love is Blind spoilers is just the engagements, which we'll all know by the end of next Wednesday's drop. So it's only like a 6-day heads up.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad as the other stuff where, Taylor Frankie Paul, if I announce it, in the month of February, you're not going to know. You're going to have to, that's a 3-month spoiler that you have to hang on to. This one, everything I put out there yesterday, you'll know by the end of, if you watch all 6 episodes when they drop. That's the other thing. Like, people watch at different times. Not everybody's going to be able to knock out 6 episodes next Wednesday, but we know that first drop of Love is Blind. By the end of that first drop, everybody that is engaged and is gets to go on a honeymoon. So yeah, it's just 5-6 days early. People know. That's all it is. So, but no, I can understand why you don't want to look at who the engaged couples are. That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. I think based on the things that I am hearing outside of that, because once I put that up, of course, now now more information starts flowing in, and I'm like, oh boy, now I'm kind of knee deep into Love is Blind.
Swimming in it,
yeah, and I'm just like, okay, now what do I do? And I got to figure out how I'm going to navigate the rest of the season. But anyway, Tess, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. At Reality Scholar on TikTok and Instagram, go check her out there. So, thanks again, Tess. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.